Huge shout out to Jesse Hart for suggesting this video and daring to ask the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas without reloading? The rules for this run are simple. I can only use a single clip. After I get the reload animation, I drop the weapon. With all that out of the way, let's jump into the run. I got shot in the face because I kept stealing Miss Chenandler Bong's TV guide. I gave myself the name 1 Mag Maggie and created my character. I went 4 in strength, 5 in perception and endurance, 1 in charisma because who needs to talk when you have a gun, 7 in intelligence because I wanted to level up quicker, 8 in agility to have a better gun skill, and 10 in luck since criticals are going to be my best friend as well as being able to clean out casinos to buy more weapons. For my tag skills I went barter, medicine, and sneak. Barter because I knew I'd be buying a lot of guns, and sneak because the original plan was to get more stealth criticals. This was only useful a small handful of times. And medicine because, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you what was going through my mind when I didn't choose guns or energy weapons. For my traits I chose skilled and trigger discipline. Skilled for the extra skill points glitch, and trigger discipline because I really can't afford to waste any ammo. After that, I dumped all my weapons from the courier stash because that felt like cheating, and I walked out the door to Good Springs. Early game was just trying to get to New Vegas without attacking anything. But while I was still in Good Springs, I bought some guns and broke into the school safe. I also went into Good Springs Cave and Gene Skydiving School for the same reason. I decided to take the shortcut to New Vegas, so I stopped by Sloan to heal Snuffle's leg and head through the Black Mountain shortcut. Nothing really of note happened on my way to Outer Vegas, except when I went to RepCon headquarters to pick up the Q35 Matter Modulator. Is the gun cool? Yeah, but I really came here just because of maybe my single favorite line in the entire game. Got to Freeside, and I needed some XP and caps, so I got kicked out of the Atomic Wrangler and started the Debt Collector quest. After completing that, I made my way onto the Strip. Finally, at one point in this run, I actually used one of my guns, and that was to kill Caleb McCaffrey. Gotta say, I love how nonchalant everyone is when you do this. Like, well, that's Vegas. Anywho, I went to the tops to confront Benny, and by confront, I mean seduce. I was thinking about killing him in his sleep, but that's not using a gun, so I used my 223 pistol instead. After killing the owner of the tops, I proceeded to absolutely rob them by playing enough poker to get kicked out. Now usually when I get kicked out of a casino, it's because I lose too much money, so it really is a welcome change to be kicked out because I won too much. Anyway, I went back to the Lucky 38 and sat through the presentation in the basement, and then immediately killed Mr. House. Now that may sound cruel, but at least I gave him the courtesy of letting him have the platinum chip for at least a second. I finished the last of the ammo of the 223, so that's one gun down. Also, this is when I noticed that some guns get automatically reloaded in your inventory, which thankfully only caused me to have to reload to save once, so that's kinda chillin'. After that, I made my way over to the fort. On my way there, I stopped by Boulder City because I wanted the XP for doing the quest there, is what I would say if I was gonna lie to you. Why I was really there was to kill Kowalski. I may have used up my 357 revolver and may have used up my 10mm pistol, but it was well worth it. Also on my way, Private Reynolds asked me to save his men. I told him that I was totally gonna help him out. That was a lie. The only Reynolds that I would go out of my way to help is Ryan Reynolds. I rode the boat and talked to the guy who named himself after a salad. To be fair, it's a pretty good salad to name yourself after. At this point, I was starting to think I was being a little too conservative with my gun usage, so I made sure to actually attack the securichons and turrets in the basement. Then I made my way back to the Lucky 38 to continue with the story. My first stop was the Boomers. I killed George with a bullet to the back of his head. Now some may say, but Red, isn't that a waste of ammo? He's not hostile. And to that I say no, it was very much worth it. It's not about the ammo. It's about sending a message. And what's that message? Anyway, as per usual, I was rude to the guy who greets you at the gate and talked to Pearl. I wanted to ally myself with the boomers, so I actually did some of their quests, even the one where you get Jack a girlfriend. Now this quest is pretty boring, so to keep myself entertained, I tipped over a cow every single time I had to talk to Janet. Eventually I had enough brownie points with the boomers to get the bomber out of Lake Mead. As I was swimming to the plane, I tried to recreate the monkey swim meme.
Life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love.
Also, Loyal's detonator doesn't have any ammo, so it still counts as using it without reloading. Next, I wanted to deal with the Brotherhood of Steel. They put a bomb collar around my neck, and I was told to drive off the Ranger. Thankfully, I had enough points in speech to convince him to leave, because I know this guy would have gone through ammo like crazy. After that, I was tasked with receiving mission holotapes from the dead patrols. Thankfully, I already found 2 of them, so all I had left was to get the one from the crater. This is where I had to do my first and thankfully only restart. I forgot that I only had 2 shots left in my 5.56 pistol, but it auto-reloaded it for me. Thanks, Pip-Boy. So I used the 5.56 pistol, single shotgun, laser RCW, laser rifle, and varmint rifle to clear out Mo and Co so I can defile some irradiated corpses. After I stayed true to my old job as a courier and delivered the mission tapes, I took advantage of the armory, which is the whole reason why I didn't just go in and wipe out the Brotherhood of Steel in the first place. I bought myself a Fat Man and a riot shotgun. One of those will become extremely important later on in the run. For reasons unknown, I went back to Novak and checked out Ranger Station Charlie for Andy, and also used my service rifle on the Nightkin killing the cows. Only one person in this wasteland can be a menace to cows, and that one is One Mag Maggie. Also, I got a minigun out of it, so that's pretty cool. Then I was off to talk to the scouts. Nothing really of note happened, except I got yelled at by Dead Sea. See, it's shit like this why I'm not siding with the Legion this playthrough. After that, I was tasked with getting the parts for the air filtration system. However, I read somewhere that if you try to face the Legate one-on-one with negative karma, you call him a shithead. So, obviously I wanted to do that. And what's one way to get a lot of negative karma? That's right, pickpocketing the keycards to set off the self-destruction. Those Gauss rifles are no joke. I was killed multiple times trying to escape because of them. I've honestly never really had this issue before, but I'm gonna chalk it up to the fact that I basically skipped the entire beginning of the game, so I'm severely underleveled. Eventually I did get out, but I was a little disappointed that I didn't stick around a bit so I could swipe one Gauss rifle. Thankfully upon re-entry, Ramos was still alive and very much angry. So I shot him in the face with Maria, but his leg also came off, but that's neither here nor there. Then I was off to Red Rock Canyon. This is also where I got really enamored by the clouds. Have they always been green? Like, I don't think I ever seen that before. Anyway, the clouds are more interesting than my time with the cons. I just walked in and walked out. Next, I wanted to deal with the Omertas. After I cleaned out their casino, I came back to kill them, which I would have done if not for the fact that killing an Omerta gives you positive karma, and I was determined to remain evil. Was saving Joanna so I could get the information about Kachino a better move than just walking in and leaving?
Survey said.
But I did it anyway, and ended up having neutral karma. But alas, I finally had the information I needed to do the quest. So I talked to Kachino, threatened Troik, and took some guns that I thought would be useful. This right here was the only reason why I wanted to do this quest. Also, at one point I walked into the Ultralux, talked to Mortimer, and just walked out. So currently I am sitting at neutral karma, and I still want to call Legate Lanius a shithead, so I went back to Good Springs to steal a bunch of things in order to get enough negative karma to be evil again. Also, for some reason, the NCR hated me. I don't know why, so I couldn't save their president. Oh well, all that was left for me to do was to power up the substation. On my way, I shot Veronica in the back of the head because is it really a playthrough if I don't kill at least one beloved character callously?
Gosh, ain't I repulsive?
So it was just off to the substation, where I actually gave the NCR a reason to hate me. I killed the guards outside with a sniper, that gun, and plasma rifle. Once inside, I finished up the plasma rifle and switched to the Q35 matter modulator. I wanted to save President Kimball, but if you want to mark me as an enemy, I will show you an enemy. Despite what I just said, the NCR didn't attack me at all when I started the Battle of Hoover Dam. I quickly used up the 12.7mm submachine gun and assault rifle on the first section of the dam. I switched to the battle rifle for the interior. I used my high speech skill to convince the guards to leave. In my first attempt I completely glossed over, I killed them and left myself with barely enough weapons to fight the legate. Not that I had that much when I got to him anyway. I unloaded a clip into 2 Legion soldiers in the basement. I used the flamer on these dweebs and carried on with the 12.7mm pistol. On my way out, I recreated my post-bar routine of drinking out of the sink until I start to feel a little bit better, and watch the boomers clear a path for me. I gotta admit, I don't even know if that helps you at all, but still, it looks pretty dope. I used the last bullet of my 12.7mm pistol and entered the legate's camp with a hunting rifle. I missed a couple shots trying to get the guard and switched to the marksman carbine to finish him off. Used that, a sawed-off shotgun, and a minigun to take out the other legionary. I don't know why, but this guy took forever to kill. Like, dude was a bullet sponge. But I got this cool shot, so that was pretty cash money. I still had some Praetorian guards to take care of before I got to Lanius, so I used one of my favorite guns in the entire game, the riot shotgun, and then thump thump. There were still 2 guards there, so I had to use my secret and ultimate weapon that's also a reference to the first game, the Albaline BB gun. This is where putting 10 points into luck really paid off, because this hits like a truck when you get a critical. I love the idea of overpowered BB guns. However, unlike in the original Fallout, this BB gun is not reliable in the slightest, so I had to put on the Benny Hill music and play Ring Around the Rosie with 2 Praetorian guards until they finally died. All that was left was the fight with the legate. First, let me say that either I messed something up or the wiki lied to me because I didn't call Lanius a shithead, which kinda blows, not gonna lie. Also, if you think from this clip that I clicked too fast to even see it, trust me. I read it slower in my first attempt at the dam when I kept running out of healing supplies. Anywho, I made him agree to fight me one-on-one. The original plan was to use the fat man to knock his health down a bunch, but that aggroes the Legion around him, and I get ganged up on and killed pretty quickly. Next attempt I tried to use the BB gun, because fuck you, that's why. It actually wasn't too bad either. I used the grenade machine gun to take out some of the guards, and the grenade APW, but unfortunately that didn't work out too well. So I used the Gauss rifle to shoot Lanius in the face, which took away most of his health, and I used the grenade rifle to take him mostly out. After that, I used the fat man to finish the job. All that was left for me was dealing with General Oliver. This should be easy. I have my army of Securitrons backing me up. What's the worst that could... Well, I had to redo the Lanius fight because I was a dum-dum and forgot to save. It was more or less minus the grenade machine gun. I died a second time to the Rangers, but I still think I was extremely underleveled to be finishing the game at this point. So in the end, I just ran away, and for some reason they didn't immediately aggro, so it gave me the chance to use my grenade machine gun to take out General Oliver as my Securitrons wiped out the rest of the Rangers. I talked to Yes Man to prove yes, you can beat Fallout New Vegas without reloading. Again, huge shout out to Jesse Hart, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, for suggesting this video. In fact, they gave me a whole list of 20 different ideas. Thank you so much for that, and thank you to everyone else who's been giving me suggestions. Your ideas are a lot better than the ones I've been coming up with, and I will be getting to them in the future. While I'm thanking people, thank you everyone who's been watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. This is only video number 5, and at the time of recording, I have 78 subscribers. Honestly, kind of surreal that many people think the videos I make are worth sticking around for. So again, thank you. And thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Let me know any challenges you'd like to see me attempt. This has been Red Handed Gaming. Stay safe and God bless.